Hey guys, I'm back today with another video, and yes, I'm finally here with a get ready with me. It is long overdue, but before I get started on all the details, guys, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and also turn those notifications on so you do not miss out on any other videos. I had to give me a little sippy sip of coffee before I got started, and I've already washed and moisturized my face, and for primer I am using this Becca matte primer. I thought I was filming me putting that on, but I just kind of put it on my fingertips and just pat it into my skin versus rubbing it in because I don't like the way that it looks when you rub it in. I'm just going to move on to my brows. This is my favorite little pencil, my favorite brow pencil. This is the NYX Micro Brow, and I have the color Espresso. I always pick up multiple of these pencils to have on hand just because if they break sometimes if you're not too careful with them. But I just love the way that it looks, and Espresso matches me perfectly. So my brows are not perfect, okay? They are not twins. So on one brow I might have to put a little bit more, you know, of the pencil on, or I might have to kind of go a little bit above versus the other brow. But as long as they kind of match up in the end, that is what matters. So to clean up around my brows, I'm just going to go in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. It's very affordable. I believe it's under $5. And you can pick this up at the drugstore, Walmart, or even Ulta, or you can just buy it online. So at the top of my brows, I like to kind of match my skin tone. So I like to go in with dark cocoa. And I know dark cocoa, you would think it would be a little bit darker, but this one is not. And underneath, I like to put the color Medium Deep Tan. And then I also like to put that on my eyelids, which I'll end up doing. And that's just going to kind of make everything look more blended. And I'm just going to take this concealer brush. This is a Morphe concealer brush. I'm just going to make sure to blend everything out. Now I am just going to set the concealer on my eye, and I also go around my eyebrows and also underneath and kind of set it all. This is a L'Oreal True Match in the color N7, which is Classic Tan. I have to set my eyelids, like, no matter what. I've tried to do the without setting, and it always creases up, and then it looks oily because I'm very oily. So I like to go in and set everything so I don't have to worry about it. Now I'm just going to go in with the Morphe 3502 palette. I'm just going to use that third color. I'm going to place it all over my lid and also blend it all the way up. Now I'm just going to pick a slightly darker color in that palette. It's still going to give off a slight orange tone, and then work it into my crease area. If you guys have not noticed on my channel, I'm a very natural, neutral girl when it comes to makeup. I am just not a fan of super loud colors, at least on myself. They look great on everybody else, but for me, I just can't get it right. So I just kind of stick to what I know. But I also love the really clean look, something that's going to be able to be worn with everything. So now I'm just going to take kind of like a darker brown color. It's not too dark, but I'm going to put that in the bottom crease and just kind of blend it all the way in. And that way I can have at least a little bit of definition in the corner, but I won't go too harsh on it. Now I'm just going to spray my face with this Mario Badescu spray. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But that is just going to help me stay moisturized so I won't come off looking too matte. So now I'm just going to use my Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. I am in the color 71NN. And guys, I have been loving this foundation. Out of all the foundations I have been wearing, this and my Old Faithful MAC powder, that's it. That's all I have been wearing. But this foundation, guys, is so nice. And it is a matte foundation. So that's another thing that I love about this foundation. You do have to kind of build it up if you want full coverage, but when I wear it, I don't feel like I have a bunch of makeup on. Like, it doesn't feel heavy on my skin. Now, I like to use mine with a beauty blender, and I will have to kind of go in and do a little extra pump because this one does come off a little bit runny, but I just love the way that it looks, and I also love how it covers. Now, I did test this foundation out for a while. I went to Sephora and I ended up getting 2 colors, and this one seemed to be the most perfect match for me because, of course, I am going to contour just a little bit and then add my concealer on. Now, for under my eye, I like to mix and use 2 different concealers. I like to go in with the MAC Studio Fix. It's 24 Hour in the color NW40, and then the Milani Conceal and Perfect in the color Natural Sand. So with the MAC one, I only like to put a little bit, and it's going to come off a little bit lighter on camera. I'm not sure why, but it's kind of close to my skin just a little bit. I am the color NW43 in the powder, so I would suggest it to get this one. It is matte, so you're going to have to work pretty quick on this foundation, and it just really depends on how much coverage I want underneath my eye, but I really only use a little bit. And I only use it in the areas where I am known to get super oily at. And then I only put a little bit of foundation. I'm sorry, this is concealer. I only put a little bit of concealer on my forehead area in between my eyebrows. And then I just kind of take the beauty blender where I put the foundation on, and I just kind of go around the areas to make it look a little bit more blended in. Then with the Milani one, I love the way that this one feels because it's very creamy, and it also gives it a little bit of a lighter shade so it can look more highlighted, but not too highlighted to where it's going to look super bright to where I'm going to feel uncomfortable, because once I add in or add on my powder to set everything, then it's all going to look very natural. Under my eye creases pretty quickly, so I have to kind of set that first before I add concealer anywhere else. I like to go in with the Laura Mercier setting powder, and I have 2 colors. I have the translucent one and then the deep one. The deep one is the exact same color as me, so if I put it on without mixing it, then it just makes me look blah. So I kind of mix it all together to get the perfect shade. Hopefully they kind of work on doing that, making an in-between shade, so that I don't have to mix my shades, because the powder is not cheap, okay? So then I'm just going to put a little bit of concealer on the bridge of my nose. I only use a tap, and then I blend that all in, and I'm going to set that also, and then I will let my nose set for a while just because that does tend to get oily. Also, I also do have to put powder, and I know it looks like I'm putting a lot of powder on, but I have to put powder underneath my nose and also around my mouth area, just because those areas do get very oily. Taking this color from ColourPop, I don't even remember this, but it's one of their bronzer colors. If I could find it, I'll link it down below, because I've been having this for a while. But I'm taking that and then just going around my cheekbones. And then I'm also going to take my brush and kind of wipe away some of that setting powder. So now I'm just going to use this NARS Outlaw blush and go on my cheekbones. I have been using this one lately, but I also picked up a palette from Sephora, so I've been going back and forth. But I really do like this color. You can build it up if you want to, but I try not to go too harsh on my cheekbone area. Now I'm also going to go in with some bronzer. This is by Fenty. This is the Cocoa Bronze, I believe. And then I'm just going to go around to add a little bit more color back to my face. That way it won't look super ashy from what the powder did, okay? And then I am going to have to go back in my chin area and put on some concealer, because it kind of got covered all up with everything, and then at the top of my lip. But I'm also going to take the back of the beauty blender and then kind of go around it where I put the foundation on and just blend everything out. Next, I am just going to take that darker color in the Morphe palette that I used, and I'm just going to place that underneath my eyelashes. I have to be very careful when doing that because my eyes do get very watery, so I try not to get too close up and get into my eyeballs. So I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty. This is a highlighter. This is Sandcastle and Mint Mojito. And I'm going to mix the colors and then place that in between my eyes. And also I'm going to wipe away a little bit more powder. And I'm also going to place that highlighter on my cheekbone, on my nose. Just gonna go in with the Bad Gal Bang, and I'm going to use that for my bottom lashes. I really do love this mascara, especially because of the wand. It's not too big and it fits perfectly underneath my eye without me making too many mistakes. So for my lips today, I will be using the Crayon Case Clean Kisses, and then I also will be using the NYX Chestnut Lip Liner. Top off my lip, I will be using a lip gloss by Fenty. This one is called Hot Chocolate, and I love her lip glosses, but I am mad that this color only comes in a mini size, and you have to pretty much buy the whole little mini collection in order to get this color. I'm hoping that she comes out with a full size soon because I just love that color. It's just so pretty even by itself. So now I am just going to set my face using the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Because I am oily, I have to go in with some setting spray. Your girl cannot be out here looking like a slick mess. And I'm just going to let that dry down. And then we are going to move on to hair. So this unit that I'm going to rock today is from BestLaceWigs. This is their loose curly 360 lace wig. I have it in the length 18 inches. It's 150% in density. It is also a medium cap size. And this one, they did go ahead and bleach the whole lace. This one has your standard cap construction of 2 combs on the side, a comb in the back, and your adjustable straps. And this unit also does come with a nice pre-plucked hairline. I love that they already bleached the knots on this unit. Now, I did go in with my Eben New York tint spray, and I used the wrong color. I used the light one, and I should have used the medium. The one thing about those sprays is that you have to kind of play around with them, especially when it comes to lace. And I should have used the darker color when it came to the spray because the lace was already kind of slightly light on me, so I should have used the darker color. Here this down, I will be going in with the Olive Oil Super Hold Fix It spray. I'm just going to spray that underneath the lace, and then I'm going to take my rat tail comb and just kind of press everything in, especially to make sure that no lace is going to roll up in the front. And then I'm going to speed up the process, of course, by using a blow dryer and making sure to hit those sides. You guys already seen that I did go ahead and cut some of the lace off by my ear, just because usually with all 360 lace units, for some reason, the lace always comes over my ear. So to make it fit a little bit better, I do have to go in and cut off some extra lace. One side of my head on the left side, I should have cut off a little bit more lace and got closer to the hairline by the side, but that's okay. I'm going to try to go ahead and cover it up. It's already laid down, so I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Now, after I'm done blow drying everything, I'm going to go in with my Care wax stick around the front of the hairline and also by the parting space. And then I'm just going to take my hot comb and just kind of press everything in to make sure that it is going to lay flat. And I noticed a lot of shorter hairs at the top of this unit, which is really good. Now, when I styled this unit, I did use my She Is Bomb Fuse Foam to kind of put everything together and mold everything down, so it left a nice little sheen. And it wasn't a lot of density at the top of this unit for me to worry about it feeling bulky. So now I'm just going to go in with my Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Serum. Just going to fluff up the hair a little bit so that it can look a little bit thicker, and also focus on the ends because they were coming off a little bit dry. Now I'm going to take the Fuse Foam and put a little bit on my edge brush, and just right there on the side, I'm just going to swoop over just a tiny bit of hair so I don't have to worry about the lace looking too light right there in that one section. And I'm not going to go and do that anywhere else on this unit. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of powder to go around the hairline to see if I can kind of darken it up just a slight bit so that it could look good. And then I'm just going to fluff the hair up some more and just kind of play with it. I should have put a little bit more on that right side, but I will eventually fix it, so it's going to come all together. But this is the final look of this unit, guys. Now, like I said, I do have the length 18 inches. Mine seems just a tad bit shorter, but it also is coming off a little bit more curly. It's a little bit looser in the front, and I feel like it's a little bit more curly in the back of this unit. The lengths on this unit go all the way up to 24 inches, and it starts at 10 inches. You can also get the hair color in a 1, 1B2, and a 4. As far as the pre-plucked hairline goes, the pre-plucked hairline is nice. I did not pluck out any extra hair, so this is just how it's going to come. And then they did a good job of bleaching the knots. My powder, well, the tint spray was just a little bit too light that I used. The density on this is nice. I feel like it's definitely hitting between 130 to 150. 180 may be just a little bit too much hair unless you decide to get a longer length. Overall, guys, let me know if you are feeling this look. If you are interested in this hair, I'll make sure to leave all of that link down below in the description area. If you guys love the makeup look and you want more get ready with me, let me know down below also. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn those notifications on, share, and like this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.